What it do, good people? I am Eden the Hero, and you are watching Humble Good Times. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. So happy to be here, and guess what? This is episode 10 already. I've been doing this for about now 2 whole months. So I don't know. I feel like the next milestone, I'll come with an offering of some information about me that I might not share with everybody else, or maybe share something that I've been working on. But yeah, well, I'll figure it out. I got you. And thank you for being so, dope about just coming back and being nosy about my life. Not that you're being nosy. I mean, I am giving you the information and everything. So, but just a quick recap. You know how I do. This past weekend was nothing spectacular. I would say a lot of just introspection. Been doing a lot of introspective writing and thinking and everything, and really making a point to get myself to bed sooner than later, staying on my schedule of everything that I had set up for Saturday and Sunday, and yeah, just trying to stay consistent with everything. So I mean, I've actually been doing that, and it's been feeling really good. It's been feeling like I'm actually getting somewhere, and I have a long way to go with everything that I'm working towards, but I've realized just every little bit of effort is getting me closer and closer to my goals of whatever that is. So with that said, I have, like I said, I've been doing some introspective searching, figuring things out, working through things, and I started with 2 questions I told y'all about, which were, what do I want to be? No, who do I want to be? I have the questions written down. Let me pull them out. One moment. Okay, so my top 2 questions were, who do I want to be? And what do I want in life? And with those 2 questions, I've really been just writing. I've been doing a lot more writing. If anything, I've been doing has been writing. And with my writing, it's just been revealing, like I started with more about, who am I right now? Because I got to figure out who I am now to figure out who I'm trying to be later. So, or who I'm working to be. So I just started writing out on Friday, I think it was, about who am I? And I wrote out 2.5 pages on my little notepad here. But it's been helpful in just trying to figure everything else out. So that led to actually other questions that I'm asking myself, where I just wrote down a few questions. So the other one, I added 3 more questions. So the questions kind of are more in line with the adversity that I'm going through, and question is, why do I spend so blindly and leave myself with enough to get gas or food but not emergencies? And I'm like, it's something I had to ask myself, because I've never really asked myself, why am I doing this? Why am I always doing this? I'm living paycheck to paycheck, so in doing that, it's a pattern, it's a habit, it's something that I'm doing blindly, where I'm just not paying attention to it. So this is my first time ever really questioning myself, why do I have these habits? And in answering that, it made me realize just like I'm someone that always believed that it's going to come back to me. It's going to come back to me, you know. I'm living as if it's just coming at all angles. But the reality is I'm not setting myself up to where I'm actually attracting more money. I'm setting myself up to become more and more broke, because even though I'm spending money and it's coming back because I'm working, I want it to come back in ways where I don't have to work so hard and I don't have to like think about it. I want it to come to me blindly, but I do want the intention behind earning and having this passive income coming into my life. So that's something that I'm working through and figuring out. And now that the awareness is there, now I can move a little differently, where now, like, I'll even say in my current habits, I'm not driving as much and burning gas, because instead of going to the grocery, I was going to the grocery store like every 3 or 4 days. And so that's like 2 days a week, maybe 3 days a week, depending on whatever I'm ran out of. And I'm picking up more and more shit. So instead of doing all of that and burning my gas and having to get more gas, I'm just getting everything I need at that one time of shopping. It should last me. If I run out of something that isn't that major, I'll just wait until the following week. If it's something that I feel like I need for my meal, I'll go pick it up. But I really try to make a habit of not going to the store so much, not spending money every single day. Like, I literally would spend money all the time. I was bad at one point where I was hitting Dunkin' Donuts religiously every day before I went into work. And that shit added up. But I was also working a second job, so that was a lot of my reason. I was like, I'll make more money tonight, because I was doing delivery driving. So, yeah, that's something that I am more conscious of. And I'm doing these small little things to correct my habits of just blowing money in small increments that add up. And the fact that I don't have an emergency fund now is because I'm not making enough. I'm not able to save enough. So one of my goals for the month of, I think it was August, I started having this thought that I want to be able to save $5 a day. $5 a day is $35 a week. 35 a week times 4 is Thank you for hanging in there while I did that math. So I'm trying to save $140 a month, and that's a small goal. You would think that would be nothing, but I've been struggling to save $5 a day because I don't make enough to be able to do that. And if I cut anything out of like my groceries, I've cut down pretty good, where it's like I'm getting shit I need and I'm getting stuff that will sustain me. I would say the most like treat, if you will, is the flavored sparkling water that I buy 55 cents a pop. I would say that would be my treat. But everything else is genuinely to consume for the week or two. And it's nothing like crazy, I would say. I keep all my condiments that I need to keep. I refill on those. I refill on my seasonings. I refill on my necessities. So I really just I don't shop. I don't shop. I've been having this urge to just go thrifting because I love thrifting, and I have not been doing that. So yeah, that's that. The last two questions that I added to my list is, how much of an income do I want to make? Because it helps to know, like, where do I feel like I'm gonna be satisfied? That's what really the question I probably should have asked, or tweak it, which I might just do now thinking about it, is the income that I want to make is really how much will I be satisfied making or comfortable making, where I don't feel like I need more than that, and I can always expound on whatever else. And then the last question is, how will I spend $1 million? And that was one of the questions that I left off on the last video that I said I wanted to have some fun with. So I did start thinking about the million, and I do have some ideas of what I would do with that million. Now, I did not even get to spending the whole million, so this will be a process for me, because I'm still trying to figure out, what do I want? So in doing that, like, I know I can invest the money in stocks or business, this, that, and the third, build myself up. But this is what I came up with so far. So number one would be pay off my debts. My debts are around $55,000. So that goes from $1 million to $945,000. After that, I would say I fix my car, which is about $2,000. It might be like more like $3,000, because I gotta get maybe like a tune-up, and then some cosmetic stuff fixed. But majority of it would be about $2,000 to $3,000. But I put $2,000, so that'll bring me down to $943,000. Number three, I would give each of my family members that are immediate family $10,000 a piece. So I have 7 family members that I would give $10,000 a piece. Now, granted, my brother, since he's married, I kind of made it where him and his wife would share. Not the $10,000, but I would give them $15,000. So in giving that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. So that's $65,000 spent. But I'll go from the $943,000 down to $878,000. Then I would put $50,000 in savings. I would just cushion $50,000 off the bat. I feel like $50,000 is a good number, It could have been more than that, but I'm like, yeah, I think I'll be okay with $50,000. That's like emergency, like if I needed a year off or something. And then that leaves me with $828,000, which I could not figure out where I would go from after those 4 things. So just sitting here thinking about it, I have thought about definitely stocks, definitely a business. One of my biggest dreams, though, is here. This is an offering for episode number 10. One of my biggest dreams is to have my own production company. I want to be able to tell stories and give others the opportunity to tell their stories. I think us telling our stories, sharing our experiences, is helping each other. It's a way to connect. It makes us feel less invisible and more connected. So with a production company, I could do a lot of investing in that, where I would be able to have my own stories told. I could hire staff, all that good stuff. That's an idea. I also want to not only just do it where it's like movies and everything, but I really want to do like a plethora of things where it's media, music, fashion design, and storytelling, which is writing. And so that is something that I'm like low-key working on, but it's so like kind of separated where I have a lot of the equipment to get started. It's just a matter of just zoning in on that thing. So yeah, I'm at 828,000. So we'll have to pick up once I really start to figure out where I want to go with that. But I'll be back with the rest of those dollars as I'm figuring out, because I've been in answering this question, it sent me down the rabbit hole of looking at content on YouTube and everything, and I started really listening to the entrepreneurs and billionaires, millionaires that be on the podcast. That there's one that I've really tuned into, which is School of Greatness with Lewis House, and he had a lot of people on there that are making mega millions or even billions. He's had a few billionaires on his podcast. So I started watching those because I wanted to see what they do with their money. Like, what kind of shit y'all doing with your money after you make it? And in doing that, I was able to hear a lot of the stories and a lot of their habits and the kind of personalities they have. And a lot of them seem just so determined to like outwork themselves, outwork others. Some of the things that I felt that were a commonality in a lot of their stories were, a lot of them were broke as kids. A lot of them came from poor families and felt like they didn't want to live this type of life, and so they just were looking for a way to level up. I'll be honest, I feel like I come from a life of privilege. I never had to struggle for anything as far as like food, shelter, utilities. Even now, it's like my adversity is really not the adversity that you would think that other people will experience, but I'm feeling the effects of it, because there are certain things that were taken out of my life that were more of a distraction than a necessity. And being able to like have my time focus on actually building myself up, bettering my life, and all that. So my adversity ain't what y'all think it is. Probably I'm probably being a little more dramatic than I should be, but I'm still feeling the effects of it, because I'm not doing the fun shit. I'm not spending excess money. I don't have the excess funds. I got myself in debt. I'm in debt. I'm living in debt. This is growing me, and I'm so happy to actually be going through this, because like I said, I think I said this before, I prayed for God to help me be better with my money. So this is actually helping me be better with my money. Anywho, so like with all those entrepreneurs and billionaires that I've been listening to on these podcasts, honestly, to be a serial entrepreneur and billionaire and all that, it's not anything I'm attracted to. I am not attracted to the life of a billionaire. The amount of sleep that they don't get, the amount of time that they're away from the people that they love and that support them, the amount of time that they're like having to worry about the dollars and I don't want that life. I had to come to terms with that, where I never thought to be a billionaire, and I don't think I ever wanted to be a billionaire. But if there was an opportunity where something was happening for me that blew me up, oh, for sure, I'll take the billions. But I'm going to spread those billions around. I'm not going to just keep it to myself. But just like seeing their lifestyles, and yeah, they can have the best doctors, the best lawyers. They can put their kids in the best schools. They can have the best trainers. Hell, a lot of these guys that are old money, they don't take that good care of themselves. I would say that the guys that are more like Gen X era, they really don't take that great care of themselves. Like, a lot of them might just start taking care of themselves, but there's a lot of risk in that, and that's something that they said, and a lot of them said that it takes a lot of risk to become that successful. So in my risk would be maybe the money that I'll invest into it, and it might not be a lot of money up front, or the time spent that I can't get back. That would be the biggest risk. But the way I've been taking care of myself, and I've been prioritizing my sleep and my health, it's all kind of falling in the line where these habits are going to help me become more successful. Just being mindful of, you need your rest, you need to move and move your body, you need to eat right, you need to be better with your money. These 4 things have been helping me just stay on this focused, non-distracted path. But aside from that, I admire it. I think it's cool to be able to like go anywhere you want, like have your time spent however you want. But I don't admire the work till you're dead shit. I don't mind working. That's not the issue. My issue is being up all hours of the night because you don't want to lose a certain customer, or you got to keep money moving. And I don't want that life. I've worked 2 jobs for 3 years straight, or over 3 years actually. I worked 7 days a week, and this is just 2 jobs, 7 days a week. I worked 16 hours on the weekend, 40 hours on the week, so it was 56 hours a week, and I hated it. That's why I've been like really dreading going back to a second job. But I need the money, period. There are things that are outside of debt and bills that I am trying to aspire, like, to do and to create, and in building my production company. It's going to take money. It's going to require me to get my money up, my credit better, all that good stuff. So I'll be honest, I have not been able to really do anything with my merch lately. It hasn't been moving. I have everything still set up as far as my Shopify store, But I have not been able to do any creating or testing merch, and it's still at the front of my mind though. Like the good thing is with the way my home studio is set up, I have to walk in and look at this shit every day. It's not anywhere where it's tucked away where I can't see it. It is literally in front of me every day. So it's reminding. And then I have my vision board right on the wall above my desk in my studio. So it's nothing that's fallen to the wayside, thankfully. But it is bothering me because I feel like I'm at this standstill for that type of work. But I'm not giving up and I'm not stopping. As long as I'm talking about it, it's going to get done. Once I get done complaining about something, I have to do something about it. So, like with the money situation, I can't complain about something that I'm not trying to help myself. So, I'm still waiting to hear back from the job interview that I had. But everything went good for the most part. It was a very basic ass one where I don't know if she could tell, but I really wasn't happy to be there. I really wasn't. But I humbled myself and was like, you know what, fuck it. I can do this. I can do this for a while. I'm not gonna overwork myself, and I'm not gonna inconvenience myself. But I am gonna do what I gotta do. Because there's been talk where when I had to talk with my job, there's still opportunity there, and I'm not going to lose hope on that. Everything's still going smoothly at work. I even took it up a notch with my effort, like I said in the last video. A little bit of effort goes a long way, so that's something that I've been doing, making sure I stand out in that way. So everything's good. I really have no complaints. I'm happy. I'm as healthy as I can be, and I'm gonna just keep working on really working on the inside and bettering myself and growing, and keep asking myself questions, so that way I could really be in full motivation mode all the time. But I'm really gonna leave it right there, this video, because this editing shit, it takes time, and I enjoy it, but I really want to be able to spend my time elsewhere without having to be on my phone all the time. So I am Eden the Hero. This is Humble Good Times. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all on episode 11. Peace.